This woman, this mad hatter who no sane man would go near with a 10-foot barge pole. It is so offensive and so ridiculous.
And it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
Piers Morgan just exposed the real Blake Lively live on air, and it's uglier than any PR stunt she's tried.
What he's alleging is true. She sounds like an absolute...
From hijacking movie sets to dragging her kids into scandal cleanup, nothing's off limits.
It's the more, I think, stain on all your gruesome houses. The publicists involved, the actors involved, everybody involved seems to be absolutely horrible.
Blake and Ryan's smoke and mirror tactics are failing, and now the world's finally seeing through their polished little circus.
Tried to take over and hijack the movie, and when she didn't get her way, she brought her much richer, more successful and powerful husband in to lay down the law.
Piers Morgan, the undisputed king of blunt force truth, did what no Hollywood exec has the spine to do. He dragged her public image through the mud, flipped it inside out, and held it up for all of us to see. And it ain't cute.
Which they don't even realize. I truly don't think they realize how reviled they are. I don't think they realize they're losing.
He didn't just call her a hypocrite. No. He called her a mad hatter, a nightmare, a woman no sane man would touch with a 10-foot barge pole. Like, whew, that's not shade. That's a total eclipse.
This woman, this mad hatter who no sane man would go near with a 10-foot barge pole. It is so offensive and so ridiculous.
Blake wasn't content being the lead actress in It Ends With Us. No, that would be too normal. She had to bulldoze her way into creative control, acting like she was directing Oppenheimer, not a book adaptation.
Baldoni, by the sounds of things, got completely shafted in this one, so if all of this is true, he's 100% justified in suing her.
She tried hijacking the film, wardrobe, direction, even how other actors delivered their lines. But when the pushback came, when people didn't buy her Hallmark on steroids narrative, suddenly she was the victim. Please. The only thing she's a victim of is her own ego. This woman doesn't just cross boundaries. She flattens them with designer heels and calls it empowerment.
If they did something that no litigious celebrity has ever done, which is come out and be like, we made a mistake. Suing someone is a nightmare. It's stressful, it's expensive, it's a life ruiner. And you know what, dude? Even if we're right, it's not worth it.
Now, let's get into what Piers so elegantly called a PR hallucination. That's what Blake and Ryan's entire marriage is, apparently. Not curated, not polished, hallucinated. And honestly, once you look closer, it makes sense. You know those cheeky birthday posts they spam us with every year? The, oh, I cropped him out, LOL moments? Yeah, ghost written. Paid comedy writers?
She was trying to take charge of a situation. You could put the period there. She was not uncomfortable.
You could do it with either lens.
Entire 48-hour approval cycles. We're talking multiple drafts just to come up with a joke about forgetting someone's name. If that's not the saddest thing ever, I don't know what is. And get this, there's actual legal clearance needed before their assistants can mention what cereal they eat. Not joking. A former staffer literally said, "You can't even mention what cereal they eat without legal clearance." Imagine working in a house so uptight you could get sued over a box of Cheerios.
I can imagine how many people in the past have been victims to the kind of stunts that Blake Lively and her husband have pulled, now apparently in conjunction with Taylor Swift, who has oddly decided to distance herself from the couple, which is an interesting development.
And the funniest part? These two think we're buying it. Like Blake, ma'am, you're not hot goals. You're a walking press release in a sequin jumpsuit. You're not serving authenticity. You're serving manufactured brand identity with a side of Botox and a recycled caption.
If even only half of what he's saying is true, Blake Lively is a complete nightmare.
Speaking of recycled image management disasters, let's talk about Blake's now infamous donut shop stunt. March 30th, 2024, Blake rolls into a Connecticut donut store mid-lawsuit like she's the lead in Gilmore Girls PR edition. She hops behind the counter without a hairnet, flashing a fake smile like it's her small-town debut. Except, sweetie, this isn't a movie set. It's a real business.
It seems insurmountable. It seems like this case cannot be settled.
And guess what? The FDA has rules, like, don't let your Glam Squad follicles float into the customer's pastries. It's basic food safety. But she didn't care. And the fallout? Yelp got absolutely nuked. Negative reviews flooded in. The Wilton Health Department got hit with multiple complaints. Yelp even had to suspend the business's page. So not only did Blake crash a bakery for clout, she actually damaged a local shop's reputation while pretending to support it. That's next level shameless.
She actually surprised people just at a random bakery. When she went behind the counter at a Connecticut donut shop, she was really in a happy mood. The actress made a stop at the pastry stop on March 30th amidst her ongoing battle. Now, it's just really weird about it.
But let's shift to something even more gross. Blake's own words. Back in 2018, during promo for A Simple Favor, she went on record bragging about grabbing Henry Golding's crotch on set. No warning, no consent, just vibes. And when the director, Paul Feig, had a chance to act like a grown-up,
Blake Lively confessing to grabbing her co-star's nuts because she felt like that's just what her character would do.
Wait, so am I blaming my husband? Am I saying something like
This is one of my favorite additions that you came up with.
he didn't tell her to stop. He told her to go harder. And she laughed. Like it was some hilarious little moment instead of a clear example of inappropriate behavior. Could you imagine if the roles were reversed? If Henry grabbed her without warning and laughed about it on TV? Career over. But Blake gets a giggle, a wave, and an L cover. Because feminism, right?
You kept going, you do it harder.
Yeah, and that was my tip of the hat to baby Jane Hudson.
Yes. Oh,
Spinning on the beach at the end.
oh, it's so great.
And yet, this is the same woman suing Baldoni for improvising a scene she didn't approve of. So when she gets handsy on set, it's creative expression. But when someone else veers off script, it's court time? Hypocrisy doesn't even begin to cover it. Blake, you're not edgy. You're not rebellious. You're a walking contradiction in designer pumps who confuses control issues with creativity.
I don't trust you, Blake. I do not trust you. You have lied too much. You have fudged truths. You are trying to hide so much information that you are like your character in A Simple Favor, and I can't unsee it.
But here's the cherry on this hypocrisy sundae, the timeline. Blake and Ryan claim they started dating after he split with Scarlett Johansson. But filming for Green Lantern ran from March to August 2010. Ryan and Scarlett didn't file for divorce until December 2010. That's a solid 4-month overlap, minimum.
There's also an old interview that has resurfaced that is causing a lot of people to call her a hypocrite now.
And there's a leaked July 2010 text from Blake saying, "We have to be careful." Girl, if you have to say that, you're not in love. You're in a scandal. So miss me with the sugary romance montages and carefully staged pap walks. Your love story isn't inspiring. It's a PR felony with a red carpet budget. She took what could have been a career of talent and turned it into a one-woman spin factory. And you can only spin lies for so long before someone, like Piers Morgan, tosses a wrench in the machine.
Juries don't like liars. Trials are about credibility.
Now she's dragging her kids into her PR mess. And no, this isn't a satire sketch. This is real. Welcome to Blake Lively's media circus, where even her toddler's babbling gets filed under emergency PR ammo. During the 2022 Betty Buzz backlash, remember that overpriced fizzy water no one asked for? Blake popped up on Live with Kelly and Ryan with a heartwarming little tale. Apparently, her daughter called sparkling water spicy water. Cute, right? Well, it worked. Google searches about the scandal dropped by 74% within 24 hours. That wasn't an accident. That was a tactical strike using baby talk.
If they find that she just was dishonest and lied on one single point of evidence in this case, in her testimony, the jury instruction says that they are allowed to discount her entire testimony.
But wait, she didn't stop there. Back in 2020, when Ryan got blasted for filming Red Notice in Italy during strict pandemic lockdowns, what did the couple roll out? Not a public apology, not accountability, nope. They posted about their daughter mispronouncing words again. Just like magic, the headline shifted from, "Why are you putting lives at risk?" to, "Aw, he's such a sweet dad." Honestly, the audacity is Olympic level. You get caught violating global health rules, and your defense is, "But look, my daughter says amnimal instead of animal."
If they did something that no litigious celebrity has ever done, which is come out and be like, we made a mistake, Suing someone is a nightmare. It's stressful, it's expensive, it's a life ruiner. And you know what, dude? Even if we're right, it's not worth it.
Studio execs started questioning Justin's leadership. Not because he was failing, but because Blake was whispering sweet manipulations into all the wrong ears. Piers Morgan came through with the receipts. Emails where Blake allegedly wrote, "I know what audiences want better than he does." Really? The same Blake who thought donuts without hairnets was a PR flex? The same Blake who sold sparkling water mid-lawsuit and called it relatable branding?
Blake Lively is getting desperate in new legal filings along with her hair care line.
And because one chaos agent wasn't enough, enter Ryan Reynolds, Blake's passive-aggressive PR ninja. While his wife was terrorizing the set, Ryan allegedly started whispering to studio execs behind closed doors, planting doubts, questioning Justin's capabilities. And guess what? Suddenly, Paramount pulled the plug on one of Justin's upcoming projects. And wouldn't you know it, Ryan was conveniently at Paramount right before that decision. This wasn't creative collaboration. This was a hit job in designer suits.
Ryan Reynolds realizes he's too big to fail. He just crushes his enemies and drinks their blood. Oh, we got to talk about that.
But here's the final nail in their carefully curated coffin. Piers Morgan lit up their so-called influencer dinners like a bonfire. These weren't casual hangouts. They were blacklist factories. Producers who attended those dinners and didn't fall in line suddenly ghosted Justin Baldoni. Emails stopped, calls vanished, careers froze. All because Blake and Ryan weaponized their social clout to ruin someone's livelihood. This isn't petty. It's psychotic.
Testimony won't even count. And that is that's a harsh reality, because if the jury chooses not to listen to anything she has to say, she's the best witness in this case.
Let's be clear. This entire thing, deleted texts, cherry-picked evidence, a lawsuit so fragile it needed Instagram distractions, wasn't about justice. It was a calculated, cold-blooded cover-up. Even their former nanny confirmed it. They log crisis-ready content like it's a war room.
And it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
And just when you think it can't get grosser, Blake decides to promote her alcohol brand while starring in a film about domestic violence, because nothing screams awareness like flogging fizzy booze while pretending to fight for victims. And that's when Piers dropped the mic. This isn't a feud, it's a years-long con. He didn't just expose their image, he torched it. Their entire marriage, built on captions, contracts, and coordinated deflections. And Blake? This isn't your misunderstood heroine era. This isn't a misunderstood genius storyline. It's the director's cut of your downfall. So yeah, grab your popcorn, because the Instagram fairy tale is dead, and the receipts are just getting warmed up. So tell me, are you buying Blake's act, or is the mask finally slipping? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more truth bombs.